Hello everybody. I can't sleep and I haven't done a ramble in a while, so I figured I can't sleep. Why don't I just blab and see what happens? I have so much unused footage. You guys don't know. I actually film and record a lot, especially these rambles. And I actually have a lot of the footage just there, just sitting there. My house cleaning video, for example, that's a year-old footage. I haven't really filmed recently. I just have a lot of old footage. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm never going to even see that footage. But maybe there's some interesting footage in there that other people, would be interested in. So I was thinking of, I've got all these ideas in my head. I'm going to try to sort them out. But one thing I was thinking, see, I have this video editor online. It's called WeVideo. That's the one I use. And one day I was looking for extra clips because, these video editing sites, you can upload your own videos. And they also, for a certain price level, they include clips of just generic videos. So you can get all these really nice quality video clips to use in your videos that are just generic. For example, you can Google man eating sandwich. Let's say you want a video of a man eating a sandwich. And then you get all these videos of different color men, different races, different, dress styles of eating a sandwich. Example, I haven't actually Googled that one, but so you have the choice of using the professionally done videos that are, little generic clips, or you have your own clips. So in order to get to that level with all the generic clips, which at one point I wanted, included, there was no other choice, included were 2 extra slots for members who can edit videos. So I gave the slot to a friend, so I have 1 slot filled, and there's another slot left. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I just go to the people who watch my videos? Maybe one of them is interested in video editing, and I won't say that I'll give you the slot because I have to pay per month. So I haven't calculated lately. I haven't looked at, my plan, but I know I have 1 more slot. And, and then on the monthly, maybe we could, split it. So, and you'd have to see, because maybe in that case, if a person were interested, they could look into WeVideo and see it might be cheaper for them to get their own plan. I don't know, I haven't done the numbers, but it seems to me that having people on my plan, because if there is interest, aside from just 1 person, I think maybe I could actually get more slots and just grow sort of into a video club where we can all use the WeVideo. You can have your own private videos. You don't have to share with everybody. You have your own little section of your own private videos. And then we'll have the section of the public videos, which we are all allowed to use, which would be those professionally done videos that I told you about, the generic videos. And I'm going to put maybe not all of them, but I'm going to put my own video clips that I've never edited. So this would be never seen before video clips, which you'll have to edit yourself, or if you just want to watch them, you just watch them, and but they're a mess. I don't even have them organized. So, you'd go in there and it would be sort of like a rummage sale. Not a rummage sale, but it would be like a treasure hunt. You'll go through there and you'll find things that are of interest to you, maybe. Yeah, I love going to rummage sale hunting, but I've never done it with videos. So that's one idea. Hang on a second. Okay, so that was one idea I had. Maybe some of you, it behooves anyone these days to learn how to, at least basics of video editing, if you don't already know how to do it. It's so useful. And it will still be cheaper than joining a class, because we'll teach each other. I don't mind answering questions. If you have any, you'll write to me and ask me questions. And it'll just cost whatever you're paying per month on the video plan, which I think I pay... Guys, I'm going to have to check because I don't remember. So I'll put the information below in the information section. So there's that. I've got a lot of stuff on my mind. It's funny because sometimes when I have so much on my mind, I ramble and it all comes out. And then the video makes no sense. That's why I have all this footage of me just rambling, doing stupid stuff. And, you know, or I think I filmed some videos too. I don't know what's in there. So, but yeah, some of you might have fun going through them. Maybe you'll find a tidbit that you think is nice and use it in your videos and whatever. If it goes viral, I'm out of whatever amount of money. But I doubt it's going to go viral. And if it goes viral, still, who cares? I'll be in the video even if I'm not going to get any benefit from the money. So I'll get some popularity. I asked you that, if you would just give my... if you do use a clip of mine, you know, maybe give me a mention somewhere. I won't, you know, if your video goes viral, I won't ask you for any of the proceeds. I guess we should get that straight. But I would appreciate if you mention me down there so that anyone who sees the video might say, why don't we have a look at this lady's channel? Yeah, whichever channel you like. I don't care. I mean, this Ramble Scramble channel, I sort of was keeping this one and the ASMR channel. I don't want to say I keep them secret because obviously they're public, so I can't keep them secret. But I didn't really advertise it to my friends, you know, on Facebook, because my friends on Facebook are mostly friends from college and high school. And then I have a couple of other friends in there too. But, you know, so in front of older friends that I've known for longer, that I haven't seen in 20, 30 years, actually, some of them. Some of them I saw the last time when they were in grammar school. Never saw them again. This is today. The adults my age have a different relationship with Facebook than younger kids do. Younger. For us, Facebook didn't exist. So we graduated grammar school. Let's say a friend of mine moved away from grammar school. My best friend in grammar school moved away in 3rd grade. And we would write to each other occasionally, the regular mail, you know, by putting a stamp on it and sending it through the mail, U.S. public mail system, and, you know, so we'd write occasionally. It's not like today where you write to someone every day. It was just when you felt like, you know, first of all, you had to feel like getting up, getting a piece of paper, writing the letter, finding the address, putting the address on the envelope, you know, as opposed to just sending a quick email or text. If you really love someone, you'll stay in touch regardless. But today, there's no excuse to not stay in touch unless the person on the other end is a very elderly person who doesn't understand computers. Then, okay. My generation is the kind that sort of understands computers a little bit because we got the introductory classes back when in high school. Before computer, before internet, before all that stuff. Computers were just for computer geeks. The only person who knew how to use a computer was a guy with glasses and buck teeth and, you know, skinny. And just lived in his, you know, in his busted up house with a ratty old chair. You know, just like really geeky guys were the first internet users. And we were like all those geeks on the internet. You know, we would all us regular people. And now people tell me I'm a computer geek. Because, yeah, I am on the internet a lot. But because I enjoyed the video thing. And it's a long story. I'm not going to go over it now. But when YouTube started, you didn't make money. You just did it for fun, you know, family things. And you still can find channels like that. I found a few very small channels, you know. I try, and they're hard to find now because they don't have a lot of followers. So like this one, for example, this is one. I found a few others, and you all on your own probably have found your little channels that have small subscribers that are not pushing for subscribers. They're letting the subscribers grow organically, you know, and see what kind of people, what kind of group forms. It's interesting, you know. So I guess this channel, Ramble Scribble, has no purpose. It has no purpose, and those of you who decided to subscribe to this channel, I hope realize that. It's not ASMR. Sometimes I might accidentally do something ASMR. Okay, so you can, you know, be happy there. But I don't want to publicize it as a channel about anything in particular because I want people to just be drawn spiritually, you know, if that sounds weird or whatever, but just, yeah, oh, this person is weird, but I like the way she explains things or whatever. Or, yeah, she gets kind of annoying when she does the rambles, but I like her tutorial. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to do a variety. And the other thing, well, I've never been good at taking requests. I'm sorry, guys. You guys suggest excellent videos. You really do. And I just kind of feel like doing whatever I want, you know. And sometimes I do take the advice and I try the video that you say, but you know, taking requests is even a part of the, in quotes, job of a YouTuber. If you're going to be a serious YouTuber or social media star, let's say, you know, there's Twitch that I've just started on Twitch now. I'm thinking of doing some Excel tutorials on Twitch. Those would be live tutorials. And I'll save the videos afterwards. So if you don't catch the live, you can still watch them. You know, you'll learn to use Excel, which is such an important program. Oh my goodness. It's incredible. Even if I don't ever do the videos, guys, learn Excel. It's a Microsoft Office program. Excel is just like, it's almost, not quite. It's a lot harder to do computer programming. But there are some similarities between creating an Excel sheet and computer programming. There is a link there that is not very evident. It's not very evident, but you're using the same parts of your brain for computer coding as you are for creating Excel sheets. You've got to think very logically. You know, it's not always about numbers either. You know, words can be mathematical too. You know, word problems. Back in school, I loved doing I didn't like math very much. I thought I didn't like math. Turns out I do. It just wasn't explained in a way that I was drawn to. But the word problems in math were my favorite. Like, Jane has 3 apples. She went apple picking with her friend Bob. Bob, you know, dropped 3 apples but ate 1, but, you know, blah, 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 blah. How many apples are left? You know what I mean? So those are fun. So that kind of ties into Excel, which kind of ties into computer programming. So there's a link. I'm going to explain it very broadly for those of you who, you know, don't know anything about computer programming. I know the basics. But enough to explain to you that there is a link in the brain functions between word problems. So if you enjoyed doing word problems in school, like the one I just said, you might be a computer programmer. You may not, you don't realize it. You don't realize it, but that's the way you have to think when you're programming a computer. I know so little about a lot of things. I know a little bit about a lot of things. So I'm a good introductory person, which then, you know, you all on your own, interests me, no, that doesn't interest me, yeah, that does, nah, that's not interesting, you know, just to broaden your horizons. And anyway, you know, looking from this perspective as an older woman, you know, what can I leave to the world? I don't have kids, you know. Really, what I can leave to the world is just teaching a few things about what I can do. And who knows, maybe 100 years from now, YouTube will still be here. Maybe you're listening to this 100 years from now. Wouldn't that be cool? YouTube is still around. It hasn't gone out of business. The videos are all there. And some geeky teenage kid stumbles upon a video of mine and says, oh, hey, that's interesting. I'm going to try that. Or whatever, you know. And I also have to think, because I love the video thing. I love doing the videos when I'm inspired. I don't like being on camera anymore, guys. I've been over this before. You know, as the years pass, each video I do, I'm seeing the wrinkles. I'm seeing the little flabby, you know, what do you call it? Spare tire. Even though I'm thin, I have a spare tire. And it shouldn't matter. Looks don't matter. It's important. Your inside, your soul is what matters. You know, all that stuff. It's video, guys. It's video. And no, you don't have to be Miss America to do videos. And we certainly have plenty of YouTubers that are far from what's considered attractive, that are very successful. So no, looks aren't essential to be on YouTube or any other video platform. But then it's up to each person. You know, I personally don't enjoy videos of myself out there where you can see all my wrinkles and all my flab and all my... So I'm still coming to terms with that, and you're going to be seeing less and less videos of me in person. You might see some recordings, and then I might even stop the recordings because I listen to my voice. Like when I listen to my videos after uploading them, and I hear the little elderly cracks that are starting, you know. You know how elderly people's voices start to kind of sound old and cracked? And so my voice, which is what most people always applauded me about, that's even starting to go. So we'll see what happens, what the future holds. But most likely, I'm going to be doing less and less videos. Definitely very few videos of me on camera, unless I've just been to the salon and had my makeup done. You know, I might still come on with like being in full force makeup or whatever, but those are going to be very few because I'm not going to go to the salon every week to... Well, but you know the people with the daily shows, like what's her name, Wendy Williams has her daily talk show. She's always looking good, but she's got like a whole team of makeup experts and stylists, and even so, she's not the... Yeah, she looks good and she's got a personality. Looks okay. Let's admit she's not... She's interesting. She's interesting. I'm not going to say she's ugly, but certainly not your stereotypical beautiful, you know, what we consider beautiful in our Western standards or whatever. So anyway, but then, another issue, I think of the gentleman who's, now he's passed away. There was a there was a YouTuber when I first started out, again, 2007, I think, 2008. His name was, the name of the channel was Geriatric 1929. And he was a man in his 80s. And he had his YouTube channel, and he would talk about things. You know, his parent, I think he was old, so he was a child during World War II, and he was in England. He's an Englishman. He talked about his experiences, and now he's passed away. That was many years ago. And I would watch his channel from time to time out of curiosity. Oh, it's an old guy. At that time, there were no old people on YouTube. No, I mean, I was in my 30s still, late 30s. And that was already kind of considered old because YouTube was like for the young kids. They just, you know. And then the elder people caught on and started uploading videos. And now YouTube has a lot of old, young, you know, diversity of people and around the world. But at the time, you didn't have, at least I did not find a lot of old people. Maybe I just wasn't in the right, what do you call it? I didn't have the right algorithms or something. But anyway, so I found him. I found a few 40-somethings. You know, if you don't search, they kind of come to you on the suggestions. So I'll sometimes click on the suggestions. Sometimes I'll find them elsewhere, like in searching the internet elsewhere. I find something interesting and they put a link to their YouTube video. But for me, I always go back to YouTube. YouTube is sort of, for me, my go-to. You know, I'm not a great reader. So, you know, tutorials on YouTube are helpful. People with dyslexia, for example, they have trouble reading the how-to instructions. So YouTube tutorial videos are good for people with reading problems, or they can't see, you know, or it's good to do the closed captions on your videos, though, because there are deaf people watching also. I mean, there's so many people watching, and you got to try to think of all the people that are watching and try to be... I don't want to say accommodate, you know, accommodate to a certain extent, because you get more followers. I mean, you might say, oh, there's not that many deaf people in the world, and we have the automatic, you know, now they have the automatic subtitles. But they're not always very good. And if the person speaking doesn't have a very clear accent, even mine, and I speak very clearly, sometimes the words that the automatic closed caption come up with are just, they make no sense at all. I'm drinking my coffee. It's like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Oh, gosh. I have a lot of things on my mind, and they're not things I'm going to talk about. I don't tell you guys everything. I tell you guys stuff, but I don't tell you everything. And yeah, there's some stuff that I'll sort out. It's not a life-ending events or anything, but annoying things in life that I need to sort out, and some unresolved emotions about past relationships. And in spite of now I have a good relationship. I'm with a man that protects me, that I guess he loves me. I don't know. I mean, we had this year, we had broken up for the, I can't say we broke up. I moved out, but we were still together, connected emotionally, especially during the pandemic when you can't see anyone. I was over here all the time. So it was a very light breakup. And now I'm living here again. So those of you who missed out on that house cleaning video was from before we broke up. Things were getting pretty tense, as you can see. But that's an old video. Now we're back together. House is still a mess. For those of you who want to know how that ended, he won. We're not getting the maids, and I'm just dealing with the house. Sometimes I can't take it, and I clean it, and what can I do? I don't clean it very well, but I do a little cleaning, and what can you do? Sometimes you got to decide what's more important. He's a good man. Maybe house cleaning is not something I want to lose a good man over. It gets to the point where you got to decide what's important and what's not in a relationship. Older people have baggage, unfortunately. So even though the baggage has nothing to do with my significant other, unfortunately it affects him because it is affecting me. So that's why it's important to, this sounds so cliche, you guys. Oh my God, this sounds so cliche, and I'm so ashamed to be saying it because I've been told this. I don't know how many times in my life I've been told this line. You can't love someone else until you love yourself. I've heard it so many times, I want to strangle the people who tell me it. But you know why? Because it's true. Oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry for being so cliche, but it's true. And I'm better. I definitely love myself more today than I did, 20 years ago. But I still have issues with the self-love thing, and and it's a tricky path, the self-love thing, because you gotta love yourself, but you don't want to be conceited. Of course you have to love yourself. And so my thing now, so I'm not the expert on self-love, but I'm telling you my stage. All right, I just bought a book. I'll link that below because I like this book. Very simple, easy to read, very easy vocabulary, not a high level intellectual reading book. It's a very easy book to read, which is my level. I know how to read complicated books. I just don't like to do it. Like I said, I like watching videos better, and I respond better to that kind of. So anyway, this problem that I have with my self-love is affecting my relationship. And you know what it's come to at this point? Because of the unresolved past relationships, or blah, 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 blah. We could explain why, but my problem now is, if nobody else wanted me, what's wrong with him? Why does he want me? What's wrong with him? So this is the stage that I've accidentally found myself in. And I've got to get out of this mindset because there's something to be said for not having too many boyfriends before marriage. And I'm in my 50s, so obviously I will have had many boyfriends by now. But when you've had too many, it's good to date around, get to know different people. Here I go again, focusing on the women side of it, but men too. Men and women, young people. it's important to date more than one person. You meet someone in high school, you date. You meet someone else, you date someone else. But be cautious of other people's feelings. Don't use people. But dating a nice dating relationship, keeping it age appropriate. For example, I know I sound old-fashioned, but I don't think teenagers should be having sex. They shouldn't, and they're just too young to understand all the stuff that gets involved, especially women. I'm sorry, I'm such a sexist, but men have a different attitude towards sex. It's just natural, it's biological. Men are just a certain way, and you get to my age and you don't even get mad about it anymore. You just say, oh well. This is for people who are dating. I'm not talking about if you have a significant other that you've been with for many years. That's a completely different situation. But I'm talking about people who are casually dating. I'm talking about past experiences, because now I am in a relationship. So there are other problems there, but and I'm rambling in circles. But my point is, when you're still young, high school, college, even early 20s. Okay, early 20s, obviously by then, most likely you'll likely have had a couple of relationships, or maybe one or two, or more, no judgment here, whatever your experience was. But if you haven't already, and you're thinking about it, I don't know, I don't think you should be having sex in high school. If the person that you're with loves you, it'll last. You'll go to college eventually, maybe. But I don't know, because in my own experience, I have family members who met someone in high school, are still together. It's been 10 years. They're not married yet, but they're still together, never dated anyone else. And I do have examples of friends from when I was in high school that met in high school, fell in love, still together today. Their kids are grown up and out of the house. They're thinking about retirement soon. So obviously teenage romances do work out many times. Or I don't know how many times. I don't know the statistics. But obviously there are cases of high school romances working out. They stay together forever. They, have grandkids, the whole shebang. But a woman's emotions get very involved when you're having sex. And men have a way that they can split the two somehow. And some women can do it too. It's like there are parts of the brain where generally, not 100%, but generally men are able to separate sex as an act and love as an act. Loving someone is an act. Having sex with someone is an act. They're separate from each other. And you can blend them. Men do eventually learn to blend them when they find the woman that they truly love, or whatever. I guess then they know how to blend the love and the sex at the same time. But it's still something that they're blending that don't necessarily have a connection to each other. It's sort of like you can eat a sandwich. You can eat a spoon of mustard, like if you like mustard. You can have your mustard and your sandwich together. So let's look at this. The sandwich is, God, listen to me explaining it, but I'll explain it this way. You have a sandwich. The sandwich represents your significant other. That's your significant other. Well, someone would call it the icing on the cake. Okay, there we go. Mine's the mustard on your sandwich. Sex is the mustard on your sandwich, if you like mustard. If you like ketchup, sex is the ketchup on your sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's an extra, which makes it taste better. But you got the basis, which is the sandwich. And your sandwich, it better be a good sandwich, because it's got to last your whole life. So I have a good sandwich. Maybe I'll do it that way. I have a good sandwich. I'm in a relationship with a good sandwich. See, this is why I don't always upload my Ramble videos, because I'm just... I'm mentally... I don't know what's wrong with me. But, yeah, and sometimes I'm not well. And I ramble and I ramble and I get it out of my system. I upload it to my video editor. and it stays there. And I never listen to them again. So I've got so many videos now. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit down, go through the videos, see which ones I want to release to my public, you know, to the team, in quotes. But something's got to give. I can't go on like this. Things are opening back up, so that'll make things better. You know, my office is opening soon, which I'm actually enjoying. That was my coffee. I'm actually enjoying working at home a lot. I don't feel like going back to the office. You know, occasionally I like to go to the office because when you go to the office, you get up, you put on your makeup, you know, you do your hair, you dress up nice. So it's a different, you get out of the house. So going into the office is probably not necessary anymore from a standpoint of actually doing your work in many jobs. But it's probably not healthy to roll out of bed and go to your computer every morning and never leave the house. That's what happened to me long ago when I used to answer telephones from home for, it was called a Rise. Decent job, you know, pay was not bad. It was okay, especially since I was working from home. I didn't have any expenses, so, but I ended up going out to find work. I ended up temping for me personally, because just being at home in my pajamas all day, and it just wasn't it wasn't healthy. So maybe as I start going back to the office, I'll do some outfit of the days. Maybe in that case, since I have to get fixed up and put on makeup and all that, maybe I will do some videos, like outfit of the day videos. But yeah, I gotta get my head on straight. So I'm gonna read another chapter of that book. But oh gosh, I'm so lucky, guys. As much as I complain, I'm so lucky. You know, I have to look on the glass half full, the glass half full. I'm a glass half empty person. I should be a glass half full person. You know, I should try to, and I will. I'm trying. I've been around long enough to know that this is a phase that I go through, you know, where everything seems like it's not right. And then when I'm out of that situation, I realize, oh, that was an okay situation. You know? I don't think I'll ever be a normal person, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Well, but no, I would like to have these, I would like to stop having these episodes, you know, they get tiring. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's obviously something. I don't think I have anything serious, but I got a little bit of, maybe it's OCD or a little bit of something, ADHD, something, you know, now with all these, you know, but everybody's got a little something. They have to put a disease on everything. Oh, you got ADHD with a touch of OCD with a little tad of Tourette's, blah, 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 you know. It's like, yeah, you're just a person. You just figure it out, you know. Okay, well, I've talked enough. I'll talk to you guys soon. I don't want to make any promises, guys, because then if I don't do it, I feel bad. But I will try to do a few more videos, and because I want to do them. I want to have some good, decent videos that are quality, that'll be there, you know. Okay, bye, guys.